Hi class, good morning. This is Dr. Jensen. It's Sunday morning, January 19th. I'm just getting ready to go to church here in Nampa, Idaho. And I thought I would just get on here for a minute and talk to you a little bit about the class. We just wrapped up week one. Again, I try to ease you into the class. This first week we had the student introduction post and then the two discussion forum posts. And I really appreciate you guys doing the student introductions. I know you guys know each other quite a bit now. I think you've had several classes together. I've had you in class this last fall semester, but I think it's always good just to remind ourselves of who we're working with, who our colleagues are in this program, and I always learn something new. So I appreciate you guys doing those introduction posts. The first two discussion forums for week one, these were really meant to just get your feet wet, to expose you to the subject matter of organizational theory and design, to get you thinking about your organization in terms of organizational theory and design, and start diving into some of our content. With the discussion forum this past week, overall you guys did really good. Most of you did really good substantive initial posts. Again, you need to be careful with the initial post because you'll notice that most of the time I embed multiple questions in the discussion forum prompt. So just make sure that you're addressing all of the questions that are presented there. And again, one could just go in and directly answer the questions and be done in a few minutes, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm really looking for you to wrap your head around the questions that are being asked, really dig in and chew on it. So again, your initial post should be pretty substantive, fairly lengthy, and just really reflect your thought process and your learning of that, the topics that are covered there. So again, overall, you guys did really good with initial posts. Reply posts, again, most of you had me last fall. You kind of have a feel for my what I like to see in reply posts. Again, I like meaty reply posts. I like reply posts that show that you're really considering your colleagues' thoughts and you're responding in a thoughtful manner. So again, nice chunky reply posts is what I like. Again, I am more interested in the quality of it rather than the quantity, but I think there's a lot to say too about a good solid response there. So keep that up. I've graded your discussion forum post for week one. So go ahead and go in and take a look at that in Foxtail. Take a look at my feedback. If you ever have any questions about any comments I make, any feedback I give you on a grade or even the grade itself, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Shoot me an email and ask. I have no problem talking to students about that. One thing, many of you will notice a particular comment. I made it on several of your guys' posts this week, and I think I even might have taken a point off. But when you're in the discussion forum, you do this nice meaty initial post. You go in and you respond to at least two of your colleagues, so you can do more. A couple of you did a few more than that. But also what will really reflect engagement on your part in the discussion forum is if you're continually monitoring your initial post thread. And as your colleagues are coming in and replying to you, it's a professional courtesy, and it's going to help you grow and learn even more if you just take a few minutes to respond to your colleagues who've replied in your initial post thread. So again, those don't count toward reply posts. I really like your reply posts to be in one of your colleagues' initial post threads, but again, it shows me an active and deep engagement in the discussion forum on your behalf. So you'll notice comments like that. So some of you that were hoping to get full points and maybe you only got 49 out of 50, which is still a 98%, very high score. That's what would put you over the edge to get you that perfect score. So again, let me know if you have any questions about that. So week two, we're going to dive into a little bit deeper ideas with regard to organizational design, and theory. And this week we have one discussion forum post that actually asks you to kind of put yourself in the shoes of being a small firm, and it's very resource dependent, and asks you some questions regarding to that. So do well on that. And then this for week 2 we have our first Life Lab paper, and this Life Lab paper asks you to do an analysis of your organization's external environment. And so be sure to read that assignment, read those requirements. Again, it's based on, it's based on chapter 4 that you guys are reading this week. So, and keep in mind, in the chapter 4, it talks about all the different sectors of the external environment that need to be analyzed. I'm only asking you to analyze 5 of them, not all 11 of them, so just keep that in mind. One thing I'll note too, again, this course is a little more compressed. We're only meeting for 5 weeks instead of 6, so there's only 2 Life Lab papers in this course instead of 3 like we had in Human Resource Management. But I am upping the length requirement of the Life Lab papers, so take note of that. I think in HR Management, the Life Lab papers were 2 to 3 pages. In this course, Life Lab papers are going to be 3 to 4 pages in length. And again, keep in mind, anytime you see page length guidelines, like in this case, a 3 to 4 page paper for the Life Lab, that's really referring to pages of content. So you should have, if you're using APA style, and again, APA style is optional for the Life Labs. It's required for the applied summary paper, but it is optional for the Life Labs. If you're using APA style, which I would recommend, it's good practice. The more repetition the more frequently you repeat it, the better it'll sink in. But if you're using APA style, the cover page and the reference page, those don't count in that 3 to 4 page requirement. So pages of content should be 3 to 4. So just keep that in mind as well. With that, I think I'll let you go. Again, really glad to be with you guys again for this class. This might be the last, I think it will be the last class I have with you guys, but this has just been a good, you guys have been a good group of students, and I've really enjoyed Human Resource Management. I'm really enjoying this class so far. So hope you have a great week. Some of you may be off tomorrow on Monday for the holiday. I hope you enjoy that. Feel free to get started today if you'd like on week 2 work. Or just take a day off and enjoy it with your family and your friends. So you guys take care. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see you guys online this week. Thanks.